Of thunder on the beach. Wildwood, the southernmost barrier island in New Jersey, played host to a weekend of family fun. The Wildwoods host more than 100 events and special activities during the summer season, which can last until the mid-part of October. With sand, sun, rides, and a boardwalk, the Wildwoods were the perfect spot for some 40,000 people to enjoy wheel-walking monster trucks, sand dragon Harleys, multiple motocross madness, and high-flying motorcycle jumps. This two-day event played host to some of the best monster trucks in the racing business. Of the dozen trucks assembled, Dennis Anderson's Gravedigger, Snakebite, Monster Patrol, and the Bigfoot Ford came to this half-mile beach race course to compete in the first running of the Thunder on the Beach weekend. The northeastern part of the United States is famous for the motorsport of motorcycle sand drags. If you don't have a Harley, don't bother showing up for a run. This free-to-the-public event also features the tight twists and turns of pro motocross. You're a winner if you can live on the ragged edge and keep your ride underneath you. For much of the two-day weekend, motorcycles maintain contact with the ground. But when it comes to Thunder on the Beach, you just have to see a motorcycle jump. Conditions are not always the best for split-second timing needed for ramp jumping, but this weekend would see a thrilling ramp to sand attempt. On the way next, 12 monster trucks set to go race side by side. Stay tuned for Monster Truck Madness coming up. Thunder on the Beach. Welcome back to Wheel Power in Wildwood, New Jersey. Well, the best in the business have assembled here on the shores of the Atlantic Ocean. Monster truck racing started some 25 years ago, and regional champs have come in here. We'll see all kinds of nameplates, Fords, Chevys, and Dodges. Monster truck racing, a new twist this year, running on sand over the standard 285-foot course. We'll see 4 rounds of side-by-side action. The winner advances on. The loser goes back to the truck. Everyone gunning to take home the very first victory here at Wildwood, New Jersey at Thunder on the Beach. And our first round matchup takes the Nightmare up against the Warrior. The Nightmare, Gary Bauer out of Vienna, Ohio. The Warrior out of Philadelphia. A strong side-by-side matchup here. The first 2 out of the blocks running in the sand. And the hole shot going to be very important here. You got a 10,000-pound monster truck. It's going to be important that you get the right bite right off the line. The hole shot, the very first thing you've got to worry about here on this sand beach is a good start. Gary Bauer takes the win in the far lane in the Nightmare. And a pretty smooth ride for him coming off the line. He led from the very start. The Warrior has some problems. The Nightmare advances on to the second round. This next matchup will be a good one. A pair of bow tie Chevys matching up. It's David Morris, the equalizer out of Springfield, Tennessee, up against Monster Patrol. Tom Meats behind the wheel. Tom hails from Paxton, Illinois. Now, Tom Meats has been a mud racer for 2.5 years, so his pole shot or his start off the line may come a little bit easier to him, but don't count out David Morris in the equalizer. As he moves to the line, this guy's got a lot of talent. Midwestern driver, the battle right here. Thunder on the Beach. What a beautiful day it is in Wildwood, New Jersey, as these guys get set to take the green. Equalizer in the far lane with David Morris aboard. Monster Patrol, Tom Meats in the near lane. Give the win to Tom Meats and the Monster Patrol. David Morris, the equalizer, pulls up a little bit lame before the second set of jumps. Meats landed on 2 wheels. Hope that doesn't affect him coming up next round. Round 1 action continues, and now it's Bigfoot 10. Lonnie Childress behind the wheel out of St. Louis, Missouri. 25 years ago, Bob Chandler started this whole monster truck race, and now a little bit of a new twist here at Wildwood, running on the beach. The winningest monster truck in the history of the sport, right there, Bigfoot. Lonnie Childress behind the wheel. He's going to be taking on a hometown favorite, Bob Fisher, in the UFO. It's our first Ford-to-Ford matchup here on Thunder on the Beach. Let's see who's going to win this one. The New Jersey Outlaw in UFO or Lonnie Childress in the Bigfoot Ford. Bigfoot all the way. Lonnie Childress, he's got it figured out. You got to keep the tires on the ground to pick up the win. Give that win to Bigfoot number 10 as round 1 continues right here on Thunder on the Beach. The next matchup has the snake bite. The hooded driver, Ricky Rattler's his name, hails out of Cobra Creek, Colorado. He brings the snake bite Ford to the line. He will match up against Connecticut's very own Calvin Carrington in the Wildfire Chevy. So the first Ford Chevrolet matchup comes up right here on Thunder on the Beach. It's round 1 action. Monster truck madness on the sand. Right now, it appears that they're going to have a good hole shot, and you want to keep as much horsepower on the ground as possible. You spend a lot of time in the air, you're wasting time, you're wasting horsepower. Give the win to Snakebite, but give a call to Wildfire as Calvin Carrington had the hole shot on the snake over there. The Snakebite strikes first in round number 1. And Snakebite takes the Ford victory away from Chevrolet. Snakebite moves into round number 2. Here's a big matchup. Dennis Anderson out of Poplar Beach, North Carolina in the Gravedigger. Talk about horsepower here. Talk about a guy that can stand it up on end and really make it sing. Dennis Anderson, Gravedigger. He'll match up against the Carolina Crusher. So we got a battle of North Carolina coming up here. Out of Wadesboro, North Carolina, the Crusher driven by Gary Wiggins. These two guys will let it all hang out, will put it all on the line. These guys have matched up hundreds of times before, but never on sand and never on the New Jersey beach. Two guys out of North Carolina set to go side-by-side racing. Win to the Digger, but it didn't look early like he was going to take the victory right there as Wiggins had the good hole shot, but Dennis Anderson made up a whole lot of ground in between the cars. You keep the tires on the sand, you take all the horsepower, you put it towards victory lane. That puts the end of round 1 in front of us. The monster trucks are going to cool down a bit. It's time for a little hot summertime fun.
Let's go for a ride in my open top Chevrolet. And have fun right through the day. We'll go to a wood and when the sun goes down, then we'll go driving all around the town. This is the summer. This is the summer. This is the summertime. We're gonna have some fun. Yeah!
You can put perfume on it, but pal, it's still pork.
Before we move into the next round, we have to do a little housekeeping. After round 1, we take the fastest losers from that first round and match them up. That brings the Devil's Dodge. John Seasock out of Pennsylvania. He'll match up against David Morris out of Springfield, Tennessee in the Equalizer. So, well, this is the first time that any of these monster truck drivers have run on sand and have run on the beach. It's held up very, very nicely. It just takes a little finesse. You've got to keep the tires glued to the sand in order to get to winner's circle and to move on to the next round. Give this win to David Morris in the far lane in the Equalizer. He figured it all out. You need to keep the horsepower on the sand. Even in no man's land in between the jumps, you need to have the horsepower planted in the sand.
Track conditions here are pretty good. We didn't know what to expect, but the sand seems to have a little cushion to it, and the trucks can actually, once it jumps the first set of cars, we can bite into it and get it hooked up good to head for the finish line. The track here is it's a little bit longer than some of the outdoor tracks we run on, so what we'll do is we'll soften the shocks up, and that will absorb the ramp and the impact on the ramp, and we'll try to keep the truck lower to the ground instead of getting so much air.
More housekeeping to take care of. We take the fastest loser and the slowest winner up. It's Nightmare Gary Bauer out of Vienna, Ohio, a round 1 winner. He's got to defend his honor as he moves to the line right here. He's a tough-running Ford. Carolina Crusher Gary Wiggins out of Wadesboro, North Carolina, went head-to-head with the Gravedigger, came out on the short end of the stick right here. It's another good, tough-running matchup. It is Chevrolet versus Ford right here on the beach. Wiggins in the far side, the Nightmare Gary Bauer near lane. Ohio takes on North Carolina, if you will. Another side-by-side run. The win goes to Gary Wiggins out of North Carolina in the Carolina Crusher. These guys are figuring out what it takes to win here on the New Jersey beach.
Basically, the track really worked out real good today, a lot better than we figured it would. I mean, it's basically kind of hard to work on something that really you've never been on before. And it was real puzzling, but really now, after we've been on it, I feel like it was a real great track. I mean, super great. What I'll probably do is now, because the temperature and everything down here, I'm going to kind of like lean the motor out a little bit, and I'll probably drop my tire pressure down a little bit. Change a few things on the truck that I didn't do today, because I feel like I can do it without braking a whole lot. So I feel like this track here, though, is going to be real good. There's some real good racing on it, because the truck's going to really prepare for it tonight.
That puts the wraps on round number 1, the preliminary rounds. Now, these drivers have had a couple of passes over the track. They've figured out what they need to do. Now it's time to tune the vehicles and get them prepared for the upcoming rounds. Add a little bit here, take a little bit there. Crew chiefs are working hard to get them set up. They've all had a couple of passes. They know what they have to do. Round 2 is on the way next. Stay with us. Wheel Power continues from Wildwood, New Jersey. Side-by-side monster truck racing. Thunder on the beach. Welcome back to Wildwood, New Jersey. Now, there was a little bit of concern about the monster truck's performance right here on the beach, but the drivers say this is a good track. First time they've ever been on the sand, and the 60,000-plus spectators on hand are having a great time at this first ever Thunder on the Beach monster truck race. We head into the next round right here. It's going to be quick. The winners continue to advance. The losers, well, they get to have a little fun on the beach. Monster Patrol and Tom Means had a good first round. He's going to match up against the Snakebite.
Yeah, we had a really good track out here today. We're just going to have to gear down, see maybe if we can't keep down over the first set of cars, get some good traction between the cars, and just let the Ford motor come alive, pull itself out. Right now, I feel that my truck's getting a lot more bite off the line. I'm running full lug Firestone tires this weekend. We're just trying to get the power down to the ground. That's our only problem. We're just getting too much air over the first set of cars. If we can keep the power down on the ground, let the Firestones and the Ford motor go to work, it ain't going to be a problem. We'll take these guys out, no fat.
A very confident Ricky Rattler behind the wheel of the Snakebite. He says he's going to win this round. Well, it may be up to the Monster Patrol to prove him wrong. That's why you put them side by side, and that's why you run them. Let's see who takes the win here as we start round number 2. Monster Patrol takes the win.
Oh, it was a fierce run between two great competitors, and I think we narrowly pulled it out at the end there.
Former mud racer Tom Means puts the Monster Patrol into the next round. He has found the chassis set up to his liking here on the beach. Moving up next, we've got David Morris in the Equalizer. He's made some adjustments in the chassis. And the Carolina Crusher Chevrolet, Gary Wiggins, set to go. Side-by-side monster truck racing, 10,000-pound vehicles matching up here. And again, they go from a standing start, reaching speeds of up to 55 miles per hour. Doesn't seem real fast, but when you consider a 10,000-pound vehicle from a standing start going 285 feet, well, pretty impressive. Running these engines on alcohol. This round, Equalizer against the Carolina Crusher. Gary Wiggins in the Crusher up against David Morris out of Tennessee in the Equalizer. The winner moves on to the next round, and this is going to be one great side-by-side race. Boy, that's a close one. The Equalizer, David Morris taking the win away from Gary Wiggins and Carolina Crusher. Side by side, you don't get any closer than that. Now it's Bigfoot 10. Lonnie Childress behind the wheel out of St. Louis, Missouri.
Yeah, we usually don't run on the sand like this. It's a little bit different. We ran yesterday on it. Hooked up pretty good. Ramps kind of went away toward the semifinals there. We had to rebuild the ramps. I really don't think we're going to do a whole lot different. Maybe get through the gears a little faster, try to get the tire speed up, and hopefully we can take the win out today.
Well, this round will have Nightmare up against Bigfoot the Cruiser. Gary Bauer behind the wheel of Nightmare, and Lonnie Childress behind the wheel of the Bigfoot Ford. A Ford versus Ford battle right here on the beach. It should be a good one. The winner advances, the loser goes home. Bigfoot shows exactly how strong that truck is. Walked away from the nightmare, and Lonnie Childress moves into the next round. Boy, they really got it figured out. You've got to be able to put all the horsepower down onto the sand and in the track. You want to stay low on this course. That's what puts you into the winner's circle. Coming up next, our next round, and then it's into the finals here from Wildwood, New Jersey. Lots of things happening here. The winners moving on. They're going to make some adjustments on the truck as we get set to bring you the Grave Digger up next. Dennis Anderson out of Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina.
I'm going to do a little change on our tires, on our fuel system as well, and I'm going to step the gear back down. I think I was running geared a little too high, and it really depends on the track. If we keep a lot of sun and wind blowing on, it's going to really be sandy and dry. If we can keep a lot of moisture in the track, we can get these big things to hook up and use our motors in.
Well, it's finally here, the semi-final round. 4 trucks left. The winner here moves into the finals. He will take on the winner of the Bigfoot Monster Patrol battle. But right now, it's the snake bite. Ricky Rattler gets the far lane, which has proved to be a little quick from time to time. And into the near lane, it is Dennis Anderson moving the Grave Digger forward. Both of these two guys have been heads up hundreds of times before, and they about evenly match up. Let's see what happens here. Digger in the near lane. In the far lane, it's the snake bite. Winner goes to the final. The loser goes back to the truck. What a very close finish. Give it to Grave Digger. He moves on to the final. Snake bite by just a fang is going to go back to the pit area. So Dennis Anderson moves into the finals. Here is your other semifinal matchup. It is the Monster Patrol. Tom Means behind the wheel. A former mud racer. This guy can let it fly. Let's see what he does when he starts to stage his vehicle. Up against one of the best in the business. Lonnie Childress behind the wheel of Bob and Marilyn Chandler's Bigfoot. It's a big Ford Chevrolet battle coming up here. The Bigfoot Ford riding on those Firestone tires in the far lane. And in the near lane, it is Tom Means and the Monster Patrol. The winner goes to the finals to find out who's going to be the best on the beach. The close victory onto the finals to take on Digger.
Truck come out of the hole real good. You know, we cut a good light. Sat down real good over the first set of cars there. Looked real good in between. You know, I knew he was right there with us. I'd like to see the video myself. You know, I knew it was a close race, but and thanks for having us out here on the beach. This was great.
A full day of motorsport excitement almost comes to a close. The finals coming up will have Grave Digger against Bigfoot. And you never know what you're going to find on Thunder on the Beach. How about Daredevil Robbie Dawson? Completes his motorcycle jump. Stay with us. The finals are coming up next from Wildwood, New Jersey. Thunder on the Beach on Wheel Power. Welcome back to Wheel Power from Wildwood, New Jersey. We started with 12 monster trucks. We've cut the field to 2. It is time for the finals. Dennis Anderson and Grave Digger, Lonnie Childress and Bigfoot.
I tell you, the track is it's a loose track and it's fun. I was a little disgusted during our race. I don't have the tires to hook up like I wanted to, and we're messing with a new motor, and I don't really like our cam design. But hey, other than that, man, the track's great. It's a great, safe place. Big, wide open area, man. You can just go ahead and gouge on and get crazy with it.
Yeah, we usually don't run on the sand like this. It's a little bit different. We ran yesterday on it. Hooked up pretty good. Ramps kind of went away toward the semifinals there. We had to rebuild the ramps. I really don't think we're going to do a whole lot different. Maybe get through the gears a little faster, try to get the tire speed up, and hopefully we can take the win out today.
Everybody talking about the track. This is the final run of the day. It is Bigfoot against the Grave Digger. What a beautiful afternoon it's been. The track has held up well. The Atlantic Ocean in the background. Perfect setting for this, the final run on Thunder on the Beach. Started with the full field with guys from all over the United States. It comes down to this. One single pass to take the championship and the bragging rights. In the far lane, it's Dennis Anderson. In the near lane, it's the Bigfoot, driven by Lonnie Childress. Oh, the final final is real close. I think Bigfoot may have got it. They left the line almost exactly the same time. Real close, right down to the wire. Let's take one more look at it. The finals here, battle on the beach, Thunder on the beach. As they come off the starting line, they are just about mirror images of each other. And as they go into no man's land, the advantage there, Bigfoot stays close to the ground, hooks up, while Gravedigger goes up in the air. Bigfoot claims the championship.
Yeah, we done real good today, you know. Really, I think Tom's advantage here is his tires. He didn't have a real deep cut tire. He said yesterday this is the first time we ever ran on the sand, and we're finding out that the tires that work good on dirt don't work so good on sand. They're just digging us holes out the starting line, and that's where Tom's getting us at. But it worked out. You know, we come back in the finals, took Gravedigger out, you know, did a real good job with it. I'd like to thank all the guys back in the shop, you know, Ford, Firestone, BDS, MSD Ignition, Trailmaster. Without these guys' support, we wouldn't be here.
Wildwood, New Jersey, and Thunder on the beat, 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 on